that I created called Make Me a Mini Case. And so what a custom GPT is you basically like give it the instructions to perform like a specific task, and you give it all the background information and knowledge that you want it to have, and you give it other instructions just like you would when you're setting up a prompt. But in this case, you can use it over and over again. So in lots of cases where I'm doing specific tasks over and over again, I think, okay, this would be a really good custom GPT, and then I don't have to do all that work at the outset. I can just turn it on and make it go. So this is one I use all the time. I call it Make Me a Mini Case. And it's like building a mini case for support. So it's something that I'll do at the beginning of when I'm working with a newer organization or new project to write them a grant or to do a campaign or just to kind of build out the background information that I have for this organization.
Yeah.
And it's probably something, it's going to create something similar to what you would use for like a grant template that you have, you know, where you've got all the grant information, you've got all the information on your programs, and then you pull from that to do your grants. But in this case, it's plugged into here. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because it sort of builds into the second part that we'll work on in a second. So what I did one for Nature Kids, but in this case, you just sort of press the button and it asks you a whole bunch of questions. So what's the name, what's your mission? And usually I just plug in a ton of things. Like I'll throw in information from grants and from the website and anything that I have that is information about an organization. And it comes up with a mini case for support. So this was the work I was doing yesterday. So you can see here that a lot of the information that I had, some, like I said, from the website, some from some of the grants that you sent over to me, and then it reorganizes the information based on a template that I've given it. So I really like the idea of having a problem statement, because when you go to some of these grants or when you're approaching a funder, that's usually what they're looking for. They're looking for a problem for you to solve. Right. So just articulating it in that way. Okay. What is our approach? How are we helping? I asked it to build up a theory of change, which is important for a lot of applications, and a few other things as well. I said, can you give us some examples of a call to action that we could use in a fundraising appeal? The problem, solution, outcome. And then I kind of played around with it a little bit. You know, I asked it to expand on some areas, and so we were looking at, you know, why is nature so important? That's what I was asking you before. I'm like, well, why is this important? Why do we want to be focusing on this? So I asked it to expand on that a little bit. Yeah, it matters to our mission. And then it came up with a mini case. And I did have this. I'm gonna delete a bunch of stuff from my browser here. Okay, I just plugged it. I just copied and pasted it in here. So this is it, and I can share this with you with what it came up with as well. It's a lot of stuff. And it's great to have. And one of the things that you can do through this, you can do directly through this if you want, is you can say, okay, this is great. I'm writing a grant application. Can you summarize the Nature Club's program in 300 words for this funder who focuses on outdoor education for underserved kids? Okay, so then I'll take all that information and then it will do the thing for you. So that's just one application. That's really helpful. Yeah. Through this GPT, this mini case, and I can share this with you as well, so you can play around with it. Gosh. And this has really helped, like, speed up my grant writing a lot. Like, you still need to go in and do all the things, Like there's still time, but it really cuts down the time pretty significantly.
Wow.